Welcome back to Gaming Assembled. Today's part 2 of our CK3 A Game of Thrones House Forrester series. Thank you for joining us. Before we start, we'd love to hear from you, so like, comment and subscribe to the channel and interact with us on social media. And thank you to a crustacean named Fish and Ethan Johansson for subscribing already. Let's get started. Well, welcome back to Westeros and welcome back to the North. We are carrying on with our playthrough as House Forrester. And last time we sort of established who we are as a character, a dynasty. We set the scene, set who our enemies are, and talked about our goals. And so we're just going to continue on. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all your efforts and your watching of the video. That's absolutely amazing. The amount of interest and uptake that this video has had has been phenomenal. Thank you ever so much for all of it. In terms of the comments, there were obviously a couple that we talked about and different things about how we approach our rivals, the White Hills, what we do about them. I mean, there were some people talking about, well, should we, get a marriage with her and things. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, I get what you mean. Obviously it's about trying to sort of find a way of taking over. And that I agree with entirely. We need to try and get one over on them and try and, deal with their presence, really, and just basically try and take their lands away from them, try and dominate them and win the blood feud. I'm not sure that a marriage indirectly is the best way. Not this moment in time. I think it'll all be about timing with marriages. Wait till they're weak. Wait till we are the only one that can possibly save them, and then do that, if that's the way we go. Alternatively, it might be getting a claim somehow. If I don't know, maybe I don't think our current chap is more of is not really an abductor kind of thing. But if we could abduct her, then maybe we do it that way. But I don't think that's who he is. We'll find a way to get one over on them and things, and make it so that we are in charge and we win the blood feud. I just think we need to find the right way for the role play and the storyline of it to do it. So we'll look at that. The other suggestion that we had, is that in the last episode, we obviously took some coastal territory, so we got an admiral to add to our council. And so we added Royland de Gore to the role. And what I wanted to do was to use the sort of stewardship sort of based one, and improve our taxes and things like that, and our supply capacity and things of that nature. But unfortunately, he is rather crap at stewardship. But he is very good at martial. And so one of the comments, which is a very good comment and would solve a lot of problems, is if we did that, if we swapped it to that, to stewardship, and then swapped around our marshal and our admiral, who he is the other way around. He's very good at stewardship, but he's only average at best. He's poor even, as in a martial role. If we swap them around, then all of a sudden, that don't work. That's what it is. I was going to say we swap them round, but evidently that doesn't work, because for one reason or another, maybe he can't swim. I don't know. Why can't I appoint him as my admiral? What's the reason for that? I don't know. Well, that kind of scuppers me a little bit with that. I was thinking, and it was a very good suggestion. I can't remember who made it, so thank you for getting involved and saying it. But I don't know why. I said maybe he can't swim. Maybe that's it. Maybe he doesn't like water. So, he still likes me. He's not on the council, but he still likes me. He has no particular need and desire to be on the council. We as a character are loyal, though. So sorry, we're trusting. So maybe, so maybe that's enough. I mean, if it was loyal, then maybe we would need to have him on. But trusting. So we just need to trust whoever we've got there, I guess. So who could we appoint as our admiral? We can appoint the Maester, who, he's a bit of a villain. So would we trust him? Evil lackey. Our son is a Castellan already. I think the best of a bad bunch, really. I mean, let's sort by this. I mean, our spy master. I mean, we've not got a better spy master. I mean, oh, hang on. Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking there. It says she's not a spy master. But anyway, I suppose we could swap that round. We could make Walgrave the spy master and make our current spy master, but no, that wouldn't be any better, would it? I think we'd just make Walgrave our admiral. Admiral Walgrave the Maester. So there we go. So he's out doing his thing. He can fix himself up if he hurts himself. Right, brilliant. He's trusting as well. Excellent. Everybody wins, I guess, apart from that lord who's been taken off the council. But, alright, there we go. Right, so, we've sorted out our council. Where do we go from here? Your house is feuding with Whitehill. Yes, it is. Killing, torturing, cuckolding, stealing artifacts, and winning wars against its members will increase your score. So do we actually have is there like a tally or something somewhere? My score. Is there any way to see our score? What the score is? I don't know. Okay. Well, that might be interesting. I mean, I'll have to see how that goes. I'll have to try and figure out what we do. I mean, I mean, we're not really an intrigue sort of character, as I say, but we could have a look at doing something nasty, but I just don't think that's us. We're authoritative, yes, but excuse me, and we're impatient, but I don't think we're not really an intrigue sort of character, really. So, all right. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's see what we're like. I haven't actually had a close look. Sorry, this is just completely irrelevant, but I haven't had a close look yet at Winterfell. Look at that. The model is brilliant. I really like that. You've got the God's Wood there. You even got the ravens. I love it. Anyway, that's by the by. I just thought, have a look at that because, I mean, are there any others that, are particularly famous from the TV show and things? I mean, what have we got over here? Yeah, the Boltons, they'd be over here, wouldn't they? Yeah, look at that. That's fairly spectacular as well, the Dreadfort. And I guess while we're up this end of the world, we look at the wall. Castle Black. There you go, there's the lift up to the top. Brilliant. Anyway, that's a little irrelevant to our story here, but I just thought I couldn't resist. So sorry about that. But anyway, let's carry on. So, to the perceptive Thorin, I accept your marriage proposal. Who are we marrying? I can't remember. Your courtier Royland and my acquaintance Miranda. Okay, brilliant. So, he was getting married. Excellent. So, back to my old self. So, I'm not ill anymore. That's brilliant. Let's see where we go from there. So, we are fabricating a claim here for Darset. So, again, we're out to get the Glovers in a way. Not really, but here we go. Crawl through documents, both ancient and less certain provenance. So, this is she's one of our vassals, and she's obviously quite heavily pregnant with the looks of things. So we've got our claim, so that's good. And so let's have a little look. So this chap here, he has got lands there, and I think over this way as well. Yes, he does. And this is his primary holding, so his troops are going to come in from that direction probably. He has got one ally, so he's got 243 men. His ally's got 565. We've got 1,300. We should be fine. Where's his ally? His ally's next door, so they're going to come together. So, yeah, we should be alright, I think. I mean, worst comes to worst. Have I got any allies? Yes, I do, but he's miles away. So, you know, none that actually matter. But we've got some grandsons that we can look at doing something with moving forward. The honourable one there, look at that. Honourable knight. Sort of very much the, you know, the similar sort of, you know, type of person as Eddard Stark, which I suppose, you know, is a bit of a someone who we would perhaps look up to in a way. But anyway, right. So let's just do this. Let's get on with this. Where is it? Where's that fella gone again? Let's just find him down here. There we go. It's that one. So let's declare our war, except we need more prestige. Let's try that again then, shall we? Right, so we don't need to request a loan. We'll meditate there. Let's see if we can get anything out of this. This is more likely to be piety rather than anything though, but regardless of faith, few places in the world come close to matching the heart of the gods wood in terms of tranquility and otherworldly solitude, but this is no mere relaxing garden to stroll through. The old gods hold sway here. As I approach the heart tree, I desire nothing more than blessing of the divines, so I can either get some piety or a weirwood fertility blessing or a pet cat, good health, calm, or guidance. We'll go with guidance this time. I think we did health last time because we were pretty old, but you are hereby invited to a grand melee at the Dreadfort. So this is Roose Bolton. They're rather young. Rather young Roose Bolton, only 30. Would we do this? We're not really a sort of a fighter, really. We're not really a knight who goes and time to break some bones. That's not really what we do. I mean, our son might want to go. He's more of an honourable warrior and brave and whatever, but not so much us. But so I think I've got better things to do. I know we could have got some prestige out of that, but I think it's just one of those times where it needs to be. It needs to be, we stick to the character. Provisional catastrophe. The morning chorus of twittering birds accompanying me down to the cellar, the light of dawn giving way to the gloomy darkness, lit only by sputtering lamps. I yawn and stretch as I go, my feet padding across the floorboards. Once my eyes adjust to the lack of light, a culinary tragedy is unveiled by them. Apple cores, scattered crumbs, bones, flensed clean of their meat. In shock, I look around the entire room, but everywhere my eyes land, they find yet more evidence. Suddenly, in the corner, a soft, contented burp. And so who is this? This is our captain. So one of our equivalent of a champion or a knight. So he's obviously in the corner, feasting away. So if you enjoyed the cellar, you'll love the dungeon, or my treat, I guess. So what would we do? We're authoritarian, authoritative. Can't say it. I think we'd snap at that and say, right, in the dungeon you go. Right, so we're going to host a feast. We've got some money. We'll do that, and this will give us our prestige. The guests are gathering, the great hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Feast in awe. After having spoken over dinner for a while, Lord Lorik leans over even to tell me he finds it impressive how knowledgeable I am about so many different things. So who is he? He's one of our vassals. Where is he? Where are his lands? That's what I'm after, not where he is particularly. Right, okay, so he controls this temple holding down here. He recognises true intellect, I see, so I gain some prestige from that. That's brilliant, that's more than what we need. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my steward, Lord Duncan, goes on and on about trade routes. And that was how we salvaged that mess. Are you sure I'm not boring you, my lord? So I got no, please do go on, or why don't we talk about you more instead? So focusing a friendship with him, or having a pleasant conversation. Are we bothered about trade? Well, we're Midas touch, so yes, I think we would be. That's what we, money and things like that are what we would enjoy talking about, perhaps. Travelling Maester Colin has come to my keep seeking a place to stay for a short while before resuming his journey to the court of the lord he will serve. Or will be serving, should I say. Any member of the citadel is welcome in my halls. Yes, definitely. Duties as host. Whilst walking the corridors on my keep today, I ran into my guest Colin, began speaking with him during the conversation, noticed he had a link of copper on his chain. I brought this up to him and we began talking at length about the histories. A truly illuminating conversation. With everyone headed for their respective homes, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife, Jonelle, to thank for much of its success, and I feel nothing but gratitude as she sees the last few guests off. Until next time, everyone likes me a bit more and I get more prestige. Travelling Maester, Colin has come before me and somewhat perfunctorily thanked me for my hospitality. He complimented me on my insights into scholarly matters, though his tone would suggest he thought little of my intellect. It seems he thinks me a fool. So I lost some prestige there. But we have enough for our war. So let's go ahead and do our war. Let's raise our men and we will, I think, march out and find their army. The peasant and the white. A man enters your court leading an unusually pale woman bound by her hands. He claims hunters found the woman, whom he refers to as the white, in the woods covered in blood of a dead hunter. The woman tries to defend herself, claiming she was picking herbs when she found the wounded hunter and tried to save him after he was attacked by a wolf. The man warns you to ignore her pleas. She is a white. Recall the legend of the Night King and the danger she could present. So who was the Night King again? Oh, the poor girl has suffered enough. So in that case, she joins my court and I imprison him. And she gains 50 opinion of me, or I ask who the next king was again. So, who is she? So she is a physician. So the idea of her picking herbs sounds relatively, considering she's a herbalist and a physician, that sounds fairly, fairly likely. She's albino, so that's albino, that's why she's, so pale. Who's he? He's nobody of any value whatsoever, where she could actually be useful. So, and I think in terms of we are trusting. So I think, who do we trust, I guess? That would be the question. They're both of the same religion. They're both old gods. After the two, he is, I think he's the less trustworthy. He's ambitious and he's a trickster and things like that. Whereas, granted, she's no saint, but I think we side with her. Sometimes I wander the castle halls during restless nights. Normally, few people are out so late, except a few guards. Yet tonight I encounter Frida, who also wanders the halls. She approaches me and whispers such things that my blood boils with desire. She gives me a sly smile and I follow her. And soon the two of us are tangled in the sheets of a guest room. So is this, this is that same woman. Okay. Her eyes almost look blue. Okay. Her embrace morning. So when dawn comes, Frida is nowhere to be found. The guards search the castle to no avail. That night changed me somehow. I feel when I try to recall her beauty, all I can see is a deep blue of her eyes like the coldest ice. But weren't her eyes red? Perhaps Daniel was right with his warning. Bitterness or something else. You gained the deceitful trait. Okay, so I've now become deceitful. Right, so maybe I should have trusted him. Okay. Well, it changes my, our character's perspective slightly. Maybe that makes us slightly more, underhand in the way that we approach things from here on. But you live and learn, I guess. Okay, so he's called in his ally. Let's keep marching this way. See if we can intercept them. Maybe we can intercept one army at a time. That would be lovely. Excellent. Perfect timing. See if we can beat him and then beat his ally. That worked out beautifully. And his ally is just standing there and watching him die. So now we'll beat him. And we'll go over and we'll start sieging down lands. So who have we lost there? Our marshal. We might as well put him back on, give him his old job back, I guess. Why not? So we'll go back in and engage them again. So who was it that died? Oh no! Oh, that's rubbish. He was a really good marshal, him. Royland de Gore. So it's not that he was captured, he actually got killed. Slain by Benjamin Moss. Oh dear. Well, that's a loss. That really is, because he was actually quite a good marshal. So that's a real shame. So I've not got commander. I've just realised. So let's put my son in command. Hopefully he won't get killed, because that would be bad. I mean, is that a good idea? Who have I got? No, I've got my grandchildren, so he's 13, he's nearly of age. I trust my son to do the job. I'm going to follow his ally and see if we can catch him. And then worst comes to worst, we'll besiege it down. There we go, we've caught him, beat him. And is he going to come in and fight as well? Yep, we're going to beat them as well. So I think what we'll do there, now we've broken the back of their army, we're going to siege this down, and that should hopefully give us the war score that we need. There we go, let's just speed this up. I think they'll struggle to come back now. My skilled marshal. My marshal, Lord Desmond, has proven himself highly capable, especially administrative matters. There are some projects I would like to undertake in the Lordship of Ironrath. My liege, with your blessing, of course. Take the reins, Desmond. Yep, lose a bit of prestige, but he likes me a bit more. So, a new claimant. Of all the buffoonery I've ever seen, in Master Askin's insane efforts to improve my relations with my neighbours, my good-for-nothing Chancellor has officially acknowledged Lord Robert's claim to the Lordship of Ironrath. So, who is he? Lord Robert. So this is the guy I'm fighting. Ha! Well, tough. Right, there we go. Fought them off. My troops again a little bit low though, but hopefully I will hopefully I'll manage to see this through. Master's appeal. It has been made clear to my liege, Master Benton, disapproves of my family's dispute with Lord Ludd and the House Whitehill, and wishes for the Wolfswood divisions to be mended. Who is he to demand justice not to be served? Then again, perhaps it's unwise to provoke further tensions, especially with the Master. So who is he? Master Benton. So, okay, right, so he's our liege. Okay, so our liege is basically wanting to resolve the rivalry. I think we continue the feud. I think he can go and, shove it. he'll lose some opinion of us, but we're wanting to break free of him anyway. So I think we keep on with the feud. I think that's just what we do. Large levies, chains of loyalty, learn language. Right, we'll go with that one. So we're nearly there with this siege. Siege 1. I think we need one more, probably. Is there any... Where's there another barony? Is it that? Now do I capture the rest? There's only the two... There's only the 2 baronies here, but... Can I siege that one? I can't siege that one. Snowy day. The day has been one of constant snowfall, and as such my court is rather quiet. A boredom starts to set in. I decide I need a task to help whittle away the snowy day. Perhaps I read a book, I visit the treasury, maybe playing a trick will entertain me. I'll plan war strategies. Well, we're Midas touch, we go to the treasury. Snowy day, the treasury. The snowy day is finally an excuse. I need to go over to the treasury books. Perhaps there is an error in our favour, and I have more wealth than originally thought. My steward and I set about the task of going through the records. Let's count coins. Excellent. Right, so let's... Oh, they've come to engage us. We've beaten them. Let's say we're running low on men. So, oh, there we go. They were stood on it. That's why I couldn't see it. I was thinking, why can't I do that? Let's take this, and that hopefully... Our acquaintance, so that's the Lord Paramount of the Iron Islands. He's died. Presumably, was it just of old age? Yes, he did. I think that happened in my Sarwick playthrough very recently as well. Anyway, there we go. People die. Hopefully, there we go. That'll do the job. And we now can win that war. So, that is another territory for us. That is a bit more strength in the long run. He's still working on sorting out the other one, so that's fine. Okay, so we have low counter control, house is feuding. I'd say I'd love for there to be a screen, you know, or something where you can sort of like see with like points, a bit like with the Iberian struggle thing, you know, where you've got an actual menu for that. That would be a really good addition to this game. I mean, if there is one somewhere and I've just not seen it, then please do tell me in the comments. I would love to see that, but I don't think there is one. But that would be quite a nice touch, you know, for like a feuds thing with actions and reactions and different phases. That would be great. Right, who is this guy? So whoever he is, I can get 100 gold for him. I have no idea who he is, but absolutely. House Greyleaf Tower. I don't think there's anyone else that we can get any money for. So we'll leave them there for now. Okay, but we've made some more progress. We have taken a bit more land. I think we look at next time. I mean, we're now of, let's have a look, of this. Look, we've got enough to create the High Lordship of the Black Pines. And that really would, if we did that, if we managed to get that now, the Starks would probably give us the territory here, because they own this bit directly. You know, one of these, let's see, is it that one? I think it is. Oh no, it's gone to House Castle. Right, so maybe the Starks would give us the them as a liege. The castle, having the castles with us would be great. Do they? I'm sure they have another territory as well. Yeah, they do. So that one there, I thought they did. So, but yeah, so the castles have got this. I've got Alpine, Lordship of Alpine. So that would be, you know, it'd be nice to have them as a vassal. Bring the castles in. They're well known and well respected. Lord Roderick. He'd be very good as a marshal, clearly. So it'd be nice if we could bring him in. I'd like to bring him in as a vassal, ideally, rather than just conquering them, because I think, number one, that would be quite difficult at this point, because he's not under my liege, so I'd have to go independent first, I think, before I could take his land, maybe, I'm not sure. But I think we've got enough to do what we need to do. If we could get the High Lordship, that would put us, potentially, if the Starks gave us, mind you, they're under them, so we could look at trying to take them from the Glovers, and then once they're under our thumb, then that would really be a big step for us in terms of winning the feud. So I think our goal next time is probably looking at independence. Let's finish with this event then. My gardening staff have recently been working on the godswood in my keep. They've mulched the flower beds, planted new flowers, trimmed the hedges, and have generally improved the godswood, making it reminiscent of a small grove. But the gardening staff have come to me with a request to spruce up the weirwood heart tree that stands proud over the entire godswood. The gardeners tell me that they'll only beautify it, pruning the branches and roots, but I'm wary of any potential damage to it. After all, what kind of northerner lets his heart tree fall into ruin? Let only the most experienced gardeners handle it. What can go wrong? I don't want to risk it. The heart tree is too sacred. Well, we're trusting. We'll let the experienced gardeners deal with it. Let's see what happens. As I walk through the courtyard, I don't think this has anything to do with the heart tree. Rage overcomes me once again. The only thing on my mind recently is when Lord Ludd of High Point and I became rivals. I must get my revenge on Lord Ludd somehow. I look up at the gallows in front of me. Perhaps if I make my moves carefully, he will hang there soon. I will have my revenge. Starts a murder scheme on Lord Ludd. Okay. Yeah, why not? I mean, we've now become deceitful. That would fit with our character. Is there anyone we could bring into that? We could bring him in. Is there anyone else who we could get to like us? So, anyone who's not far off liking us. So, Captain of the Household Guard. That would be a reasonable one. So I could try and sway him and see what happens. So try and bring him into the plot. So, okay, so we've got a few irons in the fire there for things moving forward. We're going to see if we can try and murder Lord Ludd, which will help us with our feud. We are making moves on becoming the High Lord of this area, so we need to become independent of the Glovers next time. And if we can kill Lord Ludd, then obviously that'll help in terms of us becoming High Lord over there as well. Perhaps, bringing them under our banner, and then maybe there are some accidents and reassigning of titles once things go from there. But we shall see. As I say, we've turned a bit of a dark corner. Our experience with the White has changed us and made us deceitful, so maybe now we are slightly more intrigue focused, and maybe that's the way we try and look, at least towards our rivals. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see what happens moving forward. In the meantime, hope you've enjoyed the episode. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and as ever, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.